Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Back here, MTB trail rider, working in the garage. Sorry about the lighting. Don't really have very good lighting in the garage here, working tonight. What I got going on is my rear wheel, one, has a broken spoke, so we're gonna work on that. Two, I'm getting a lot of, there's like a wobble in the rim as well, so it might be partially due to the spoke. The tension's not there, so it's kind of moving back and forth, but there is some play when I kind of grab it, move it side to side. There's a little bit of play there, so I'm going to look into that. We're going to kind of take it apart, kind of figure out what we can diagnose with the issues. Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick disclaimer before we get too far into this video. The job's already done. You'll actually see some of the stuff that we actually got into, but this is not a full intensive repair or coverage on the repair that we did. I ended up getting some help over at REI later on. There were some tools that I was missing, and when I stopped over there to get some advice and get some, hopefully answer some questions, we actually got to get some hands-on over there. And so I did not have my camera with me at the time. Like I said, I was not expecting a lot of that when I got over there, so just grateful for their help. But just wanted to give you a heads up before we get too far into this video. You will see some of the things I worked through. You'll see some of the mistakes I did, and you'll hear me kind of walking through some of the things I'm looking for in the wobble and seeing where the wheel was at a true and things like that. So hopefully you can still learn from some of the things from this video, and just know that it's not a full, in-depth, intensive coverage on the repair. That's what the tire looks right now, and I believe a lot of this is just from that missing spoke. And like I mentioned, when I'm here, you don't see much movement. You won't see it, but when I grab the rim here, and when I hold the frame, since I'm holding the camera, if I hold the frame still and I move this side to side, I can feel some play. So we're going to actually take the wheel off, and we're going to inspect into here and kind of see if there's any maybe just bent axles or anything like that, see if there's any play in there. You're going to need to excuse the dirty bike. I was just out riding here the other day. I haven't gotten to clean up the bike, so I'll be doing that before I get back on the trail too. Especially that chain. That chain needs it pretty bad. So the skewer actually looks pretty straight. Alright, so I just pulled out, I guess, part of the axle here. Looking into the ball bearings, this actually looks pretty straight. Didn't have any issues pulling the skewer through when I had taken this out, so that was kind of just a good hint as well. If there is, it shouldn't be what I was feeling. So also got the bearings in here, or it should be 9 bearings inside. I know sometimes that some people, I bought this new, so it wasn't like somebody already did the work on it. I've ran into issues, or I've seen other people run into issues and talk to them about sometimes people pack it in with too many bearings. So sometimes that can cause an issue. I don't know how, because it looks pretty full with the 9 bearings. So I'm going to take those out. I'm going to clean them, re-grease it up, and just see if that helps with some of the issues. Going to work on the other side too. Right now this is on the side where the disc brake would be on, so we're going to work on that, get those cleaned up, put them back in, and see if that helps at all. Alright, so amateur mistake here. Well, first, I don't feel the play anymore with the rim when I kind of wobble it back and forth like I had before. I cleaned out the bearings, put the grease back in, kind of tightened it back up, and that's where the amateur mistake came in, where I tightened it just a little too much, and so now the wheel doesn't spin freely. As I pedal here, I'll go through, but there's a lot of tension, and it actually freezes on me. So gonna have to get that taken care of. Gonna take some steps back, loosen it all up, and then make sure just to go finger tight, and maybe just go like 1/8 of a turn, after that. So my fault with making that mistake there. So that's where my mistake was. We're gonna take it apart back again and get it fixed, and then got to get the spoke on, but I don't have any spokes with me, so tomorrow I'm gonna run to the shop and pick up a new spoke. Here's actually the missing piece here, so gonna speak with the guys at the shop to see if I need to replace the nipple, or if I can just tear it all apart and get it on there. So alright guys, it's actually day 2 working on this. It got pretty late last night. I don't really have the proper tools to take the cassette off, so was kind of playing around with some options there. I actually stopped by REI earlier today and just got some help from some of the guys over there. Great help. The guy Austin, he was the one who kind of helped me out there. Super big help over there. Great guys. So they were able to help me just kind of get the cassette off, and we actually worked on it together to get it all cleaned up. And we actually kind of worked on getting the new spoke added. Since I was there, they had the extra spokes already set up, and so we got those all aligned and got to work on that. And so they were actually able to throw my cassette into their ultrasonic cleaner that they have. So they got that cleaned up real nice. Super awesome what they're able to do over there. Took good care of me, and while we were there, they just double checked everything that I had done already. So everything's looking good. Axle, everything spins really good with the hub. Looks great. Now we're just going to get it back on the bike and go from there. Wobble that I was experiencing was actually from the loose bolts in the hub, where I was actually tightening, the part that I had mentioned that I over tightened last night earlier in this video was actually, it was too loose, and that's where I was experiencing that wobble. That wobble could have really been fixed with just that, with me kind of tightening that up a little bit. But it's good that I was able to kind of get in there, like I said, clean up the bearings, re-grease those, so those are all taken care of. And since I stopped by REI, the guys that helped me out over there cleaned up the cassette nicely, and they actually was able to get the tension down really good on the spokes. So since we actually replaced 2 spokes, one that was broken, and the other one that we replaced was the one right next to it, was a little bent. And so that got the wheel nice and trued. And so very grateful for them over there. One of the interesting things that we found was that it looks like my wheel is not true, because you see the tire kind of making that little blip as it comes around, and that's because of the actual tire is somehow kind of has that weird kind of wave to it, but the rim itself is actually very true. I was actually there working with them while they were doing this, so it was actually kind of cool to see them work and kind of do that. Might be able to work on a new partnership with them kind of going in the future, so excited about building that relationship over there. So next up is just me cleaning up the rest of the bike, getting that chain cleaned up, and just kind of washing the bike. Hopefully going to get our ride out this weekend. The plan is to get out towards Benton Falls. I had a couple people kind of reference those actually in the last video I did with all the rain that we've been having. Apparently those trails are really good at draining, are pretty much good to ride all rain or shine. So looking forward to go over there. That might be a pretty good downhill run over there, so pretty excited. I think it's just a green trail on Trail Forks, but it looks like it'll be pretty fun nonetheless. I heard good things about the trail system over there, so hoping to get out there, and that'll be a new video kind of for the channel too, so kind of gives you guys some pointers, new video, and we'll kind of see what we got out there. Don't really know what to expect, so we'll go out there, have some fun. Thanks for watching. I know there wasn't a whole lot of hands-on showing you everything that I did with breaking everything down, and unfortunately did not have my camera over there at REI. I really wasn't expecting to do all the work that we did over there. I was just hoping to get some information and just kind of learn from some of the mechanics over there. So the fact that we were able to get hands-on over there was awesome. But unfortunately, like I said, I did not have my camera to kind of, represent the work that they did, but also just kind of show you some of the things that we did work through, so that way you guys could learn from that too. But like I mentioned earlier, hoping to work on a partnership with them in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and we'll see you later. See you on the trails, and hopefully have some more good footage for you.